Hello there guys, thanks for tuning in. In this video we'll be installing the GitLab server on Arch Linux. I kind of found no YouTube videos with tutorials on the installation procedure, so I reckon I make one myself. So anyway, if you're not a complete noob to Arch Linux, I'm sure you have befriended the Arch wiki. In fact, even if you're not on the Arch Linux distro right now, I think there's no other more detailed wiki or a documentation about Linux than Arch wiki, I guess. So anyway, we'll be tuning in to the Arch wiki and getting in the documentations for the official Arch Linux package of GitLab. Okay, so here we are. Let's go into the installation section. So first of all, it says GitLab requires Redis as a database backend. So as a database backend, as I prefer and as the wiki suggests itself, I'll be using PostgreSQL. So firstly, we'll be going through the installation of Redis. It's not a huge process. As you can see, you need the Redis package installation and you need to start or enable the Redis service package. You need to enable it if you're going to use it on a daily basis and you need the service to be persistent. So yeah, let's go on with it. Yeah, fire up the terminal. Oh shit. I already have it. Anyway, so I'll be enabling the Redis package. There you go, it's done. I don't need a client-side software already, and I don't quite need a configuration. I need to enable or update the socket path, yeah, because it will be required in the GitLab Unicorn. Okay, let's check this out. Sudo vim/ets redis.conf. Okay, here we go. We have the Unix socket. It's on line 109 right now. I don't know, you can just search it out. So here we have it in /run/redis, and there you go, with the socket perm of 770. You need the socket permission set correctly because not always are you going to be logged in as the GitLab user. So if you don't want a lot of errors running in, I think, yeah, you need it as a 770. Okay, so quitting this. I think this is done for now, unless we have any troubles. I don't think we'll need the troubleshooting section already. Okay, so going with the PostgreSQL installation. Yeah, here you go. Once you're done with installation, you need to go in and make the initial configuration. You can just follow the wiki over here. I have it set up already, but it's quite easy. You just need to copy stuff down and you need to switch to the Postgres user before anything else. You'll need this to set the permissions and give yourself the privilege of writing tables, creating them, and stuff like that. I've given my main user the admin privileges, and with that it just gets easier for me. I don't have to switch to the Postgres account every time I need to make any changes. So yeah, you'll need it anyway because you'll be adding in the GitLab user later on. Okay, so here you see there are two stuff. GitLab is the official package for the Arch Linux, which you get in Pacman, and here you have the GitLab's official documentation. Now I personally, going through the installation procedure before this, had found some bit of discrepancies, and if not discrepancies, there's just a bit of difference in what you get in the forums for maybe say Ubuntu and stuff like that. So yeah, you just need to tinker around. For now I'm going to show it to you how it's done on Arch Linux, but later on maybe the configuration files have changed and stuff like that. So anyway, if you're using the Pacman package, these are the places you can find out the config files, and you'll need these config files later on when you're going to do system maintenance. I recently just got my GitLab installation broken after an update, so I thought maybe this is a good opportunity to record and document this time. Anyway, so there it is. Everything is from the source, but then yeah, you can always use it to find out what the problems are, what config files need maybe, and stuff like that. We'll go on. I'm sorry about that. Okay, Next up, we'll be changing the GitLab YML file. You'll need it to change the hostname and port. I'll be using Nginx as the server-side software. I kind of don't want to touch it, but still, come on, let's open it. There you go. It's right on top, and it's pretty well documented. You'll be able to understand everything of it. I'm leaving the host to localhost right now because I'm not wanting to open the GitLab server to my local network right away. Nginx will be dealing with that. And also, I'm not setting an HTTPS server right now. If you're setting up the HTTPS, you'll probably need to change certain things. It wouldn't be that big of a hassle, I believe, but right now in my local network I don't think there's a ton of people, so I don't need that bit of security, and there's no port forwarding done. So yeah, I'm not opening it for the wider internet. If you're going to do that, probably I think you must be knowing your way already. So I'm kind of done with this. Time zone is optional, but time zone, there you go, time zone is UTC. I'll change it for myself. I hope IST is recognized. Okay, I'm out of here. Next up, we need to make sure that we are running the correct port for Unicorn. I'm fine with 8080. I'm running no process. I'm just leaving it as it is. So I'm not changing the Unicorn address, so I'm just gonna have to leave the GitLab URL just the way it is already. It's fine. Okay, next up we need to make the secret strings. Now it depends on what kind of security you want, but anyway, I reckon I'll do it. You'll just need to copy these down and they'll generate random strings, and they'll be adding it to the secret variable, and now that will be used to generate the authentication tokens. So I hope this will do. Permission denied. Couldn't deny permission to sudo. Anyway, I'll go on as root. Done with it. Okay. Okay, that's done, kind of. What's next? Oh, you need to do the same thing for GitLab shell. Okay. I hope this was it. Yes. Okay. Now we need to get Redis in order to provide sufficient point. Okay. String database. Add GitLab user to Redis user group. I already have GitLab user added to the Redis group. So just in case you don't know the commands, it's pretty basic. You can always find it from the wiki. So yeah. Anyway, it's available online forums either. Okay. Next up, we need to update the configuration file. vim/its. Yeah. Now we must remember what we had over there. It was in /run, I think. Yes. Do we have any other changes to be made? Okay. We probably wouldn't need these. We can always give it the socket. I'll just check it out again. Yeah, slash run slash root slash socket. Okay, so I'll just add these. Chill, bro. Fuck. Now the Vim users, please don't just flare up on me. I'm not quite acquainted with the Vim command jargon. Okay, so we're done with this configuration file. We'll need to go on and okay, I think it's done already. Is it? Okay. Is it? It's not. Okay, I hope we're done. And host, yeah, it's all okay. Okay, it's okay. Not commented. Okay. Database backend. Okay. GitLab recommendations. We have PostgreSQL installed already. So next up we need to log in and hit GitLab HQ project. Now as I told you, I already have given my user the permission to add and create tables and make databases. So yeah. Okay, so these are the commands that you're gonna have to enter in the once you're in the PostgreSQL stuff. SQL. Root doesn't exist. Okay, I have created a GitLab HQ production. Yeah, this is basically the product of the commands that I entered over here. You don't have to do anything else, but as it's written, you need to change your username here and your password here. It depends on you completely. So once you're done, you get in. That's all. Copy the PostgreSQL template file for configuring. I don't think we'll need a configuration. We can just overwrite it right now. Okay. So as you can see, when you open the GitLab database.yml files, you'll need to set the values for username and password, the ones that you have entered when you were creating the database itself. So your username here will go to the username field, and your password here, the one you entered over there when you were making the database essentially. That's the password you need to enter over here in the configuration file. I've just entered really weak passwords right now. You don't need any. Depends on what your target audience is actually, but yeah, for the video at least, this is enough for me. as it is. I shouldn't be giving off my passwords on video. Anyway, so next up, we're not using MariaDB, so we can just skip this. I'm not creating any firewalls. We'll need to initialize GitLab database. Okay, okay. Now we have already enabled the Redis service. We have already enabled the Redis service. We need to start it right now. I don't need to anymore. Systems. Okay, so now Redis is fired up, and next up we need to start the GitLab Gitali service before initializing the database. Okay. Just old habit sudo. Okay, it's up and running. So next up we need to change up to the GitLab user either, or right now since I'm already in root I have the permissions to change anything. So we'll be initializing the database. The command that you'll be having to enter. I'll just remove this. Or should I might as well. So this is the setup procedure. Right now all your databases and every initialization is going to be made. Okay. I knew time zone. I knew the time zone wouldn't be recognized. It was useless. GitLab dot was it probably UTC. Okay, let's run that again. So yeah, basically what I was saying, this is the whole stack trace of the error. So with this, as you go right up to the main thread that caused the error, you can always guess the problem, what the problem is. Like over here, TC info invalid time zone identifier. I already knew what the mistake was, but always when rake is aborted, there's the next error, invalid time zone IST. So it kind of streamlines your efforts that are supposed to be made, so it kind of gets easier reading the error docs. Okay, so it's just we'll be creating the necessary tables and we'll be seeding the database. We'll be losing any previously stored stuff in the database. So obviously since we have made a new database, we've got nothing to lose. Just go on yes, or otherwise if you're actually having some stuff back there, if you have created a backup, well and good. Otherwise I don't think it'll be of any use. Anyway, let's go on. Okay, it's aborted again. Destructive applicants your production. Okay, the same command. Okay. Okay, I'll be just dropping the database. I believe there are logs that are up there, and the PSQL stuff is causing a second hand verification. It needs you to enter one. The program is probably not well prepared to do that. So anyway, we'll go and stay GitLab HQ production. I'll be dropping these databases. So drop database. My bad. Just list whatever I've got. I'll go on to template one. And that was stupid. done dropping that. Next up will be averages. That's the one I had made a typo with. Better. The computer's getting clean. Okay, so I'll probably have to go on with the creation again. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be changing the config files again, so I'll just make sure I'm entering the correct username and password that's already there in the config. Okay, web apps, Gitlab. Okay. What's wrong? I was doing MySQL. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Okay. I do already have the user. I'll be just creating the database. Okay. Let's go with this again. Yes. Okay, it seems to be working pretty well. Let's go on to the next section of the documentation. Haven't yet started. I think there's some stuff left. Okay, this is it. We just need to check the environment and get the info. I'm sure there must be some error logs. Okay, here's another issue that I really meddled with, and later on I just found it quite easily highlighted out there in the note that it'll give me some fatal errors related to Git, and that is okay. I literally spent a really long time just trying to figure it out, going through forums and this and that, browsing all those config files that are already there on the system. It just drove me nuts. And then I just notice this great thing. Okay, yeah. Another thing was this missing init scripts. I just got through this init scripts and I was really done. There's a ton of stuff out here, but then it's again different from, here you go, install the init script. This is what it linked me to, but then again, we don't apparently need it. If you're installing from source, this is probably the best resource that you have, the official GitLab installation guide. Definitely check it out if you're doing that. It's gonna create a ton of tables. Obviously it's a huge system, come on. What I really suggest is that you should create really some backup files just in case everything's lost, because backup files are quite recoverable even after a new update and stuff. Like I lost my stuff and I didn't even bother to get stuff back because there wasn't much of it, and I actually had everything on my laptop right here on my device, so that wasn't much of a loss of data. But then if you are gonna do it for some production kind of environment, or if you have a whole team and that's done, you should probably pay heed on that, because that'll be really sensitive stuff. Okay, okay. I'm probably not missing. Anyway, token will be root. Okay, now this is done. Next up we'll be going through the second rake procedure. That's essentially just gitlab and info. Let's just check this out, and then again we'll be checking the installation for any final issues. I think probably right now you'll be able to get the login page soon, but just let's check this out. This is what you're gonna need every time. That's what they ask for in the forums. It's not quite important right now, I think, but then again, it's good to have look. Yeah, look, it's already up there. GitLab shell path and everything. Anyway, this is just for you to get some information about your install. Next up, we're gonna be checking our installation. Okay, this is where you get any errors, if at all there are. Next up, if this works fine, we're gonna go on with just modify bits. Isn't a huge stuff, but then yeah, it's important. Come on. So anyway, next up we'll be starting our GitLab instance locally, and then we're gonna proceed to create the basic SSH stuff. We're gonna run the daemon, and then we are going to add the web server. It'll be nginx. You can pretty much copy this whole stuff. I actually create different server files, and yeah, just as they did. So that's what you're going to create a file in servers available in GitLab. Usually don't have that kind of a directory structure in Arch Linux, but methods are always useful, and I think it's pretty neat. Okay, so we do have some errors. Okay, so our stuff is kind of running. Sidekick is not. I think just starting off Sidekick server would do. We don't need to install any init scripts. Let's just restart all the systemctl files, and we don't need these scripts as it's written. We don't have any projects yet, that's fine. Now git use as default assist. Yeah, this is another thing. So Over here, as you can see, we have been using I'm not going back again. We have been using the GitLab user for everything that we're doing, but GitLab, the official version, wants you to be using the Git user, and we're not. That's what the Linux thing is. So we just need to change the location for the SSH files. It's not the user Git, it's the user GitLab. So yes, we'll be going in through this different time. Let's go back home and check the config files. So this is the version we'll be using. I think it should be in gitlab.yml. Yeah, let's just check it out. Web apps. I think we had the user somewhere up there. Here I go. Can I either change it to Git or use GitLab, but I'll be using GitLab. Come on. So we need to find out the position, the directory for SSH, and we'll probably find it out here. Basic SSH. This is fine. gitlab.ssh config. We can actually create these files ourselves right now, but you don't quite need it because it will be found automatically. So yeah, check out. Yeah, here you go. Authorized keys file will not be over here. It will be /var/ what was the home directory, /lib /gitlab. This should work. I don't know, let's just check it out. Yeah, I'd probably want to remove the sidekick error. Here you go. Okay, it has started anyway. I think this time we should not be receiving the sidekick error again. Let's check it out again. Okay. And look, we already don't have the SSH error right now. We don't need it. There's no problem with that. There's no authorized keys file yet. Okay, okay. We have a problem. We have a problem with GitLab shell too. Let's check out the config files. We have config.yml. Here you go. This is the correct auth file. GitLab user. That's fine. Gitlab, yeah, it's perfect. I don't see an error with this. Not yet. Unless there be an error with the Unix edition for it. Let's check this again. While we do that, I'd still want to take a look at the config files. Oh, look, all the errors are fixed already. Right now we won't even have a problem with the SSH configuration, I think. And now it said that there will be a fatal error with git. It might actually be, but then the init scripts actually show the problem, which has been eradicated. That's how the GitLab package is for Arch Linux. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, yeah, okay, everything's fine. Everything is fine. This looks good. Okay, next up we'll have to add these. Quite tedious. Oh, wait, I don't even know. Anyway, so we need to start the gitlab.target right now. I hope it works. It does. So as it said, we have been entered as the root user. Yeah, I hope you remember the thing. But anyway, here it is listed again. We got it when we were installing the thing. So let's add a password. I'll use suggested password. That's fine. Okay, so now this is where you can create new users for the thing. So I think the GitLab section is perfectly set. So next up we'll be moving into server configurations. I'll be using Nginx, as I said already. Yes, we have. You can check these out for yourselves later on for SSH authentications. This is actually great stuff. You might actually need it. We don't need to change the port numbers and stuff. So yeah, let's just get through this. So you just copy this whole thing and create a file right here, and then you add into the nginx config nginx.conf. So this is where you include servers available /gitlab, and the file can be containing this. You just copy this down and paste it. So yeah, let's run nginx. Hope it works. And now depending on how far you've let your nginx server rule, it'll be accessible. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for logging in. I'll be creating a less errors version if you're into just fast installation. But I think, although most of the errors I made were quite silly, and I'd probably call them embarrassing. But anyway, there'll be another one with just a shortcut stuff, just the stuff you need with all the errors fixed and everything. So yeah, sorry for the discomfort I caused. Thank you.